Hello everyone, welcome back to Scented Moments channel. My name is Jolima and I hope you are all doing well. And in this video, as you saw by the title, I will talk about my best fragrance discoveries of 2018. And I have to warn you, 2018 was the year of niche for me. So these are all niche fragrances. There's a couple of them which are from a higher line from the designer brand, but still these are all niche fragrances. And I also tried all or almost all new designer releases, and I also will be talking about them in a future video. And I also tried other designer fragrances which I didn't know of, and they were not new releases, but still I really do love them. So let's now focus on this video. I have here also quite a few amount of samples, so let's start from that. First, I have a sample here, and it's from the house of Profumo Roma, and this one is D'Ambrosia. I will leave a bottle here, and oh, wow, I always do this. Every time I take a sniff in this sample, I always gave a wow, because this is very fruity. It's fig and grape with this milky sandalwood. Wow, it's incredible. It has this natural smelling. It's really this the blend of fig and grape with the milky sandalwood. It's just incredible, very soothing, very alluring, and yet very long lasting. This fragrance, it's perfect for spring and summer, but most spring, and for sure this will be a full bottle next year. Profumo Roma D'Ambrosia is my first mention, and of course this is in no particular order. Next one will be from the house of Amouage, and this is also a sample, and I did a review of this one, so check that out if you have yet to. And this one is Opus 6. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but it's Opus 6. Man, I love this fragrance. This one is leather, it has incense, it has like a resinous touch. For me, in my review, I said that this is a blend of Pardon by Nasomatto and Journeyman from the same brand Amouage, and I still stick by it because it has this woody, resinous, smoky leather with a touch of juniper, it seems. Fantastic fragrance. It's not very challenging, so it's perfect for if you want to start to discover the library collection. Opus 6, I think it's a solid start. Next one, it's from the house of Suspiro, and the fragrance is Guardacina. Soon to be a full bottle. Guardacina is a jammy rose, powdery, very powdery also in the beginning, so that might be a bit challenging. Even for me, it's a bit challenging sometimes in the opening, but it's this jammy rose with a black Afghano-ish vibe. Very alluring also, but it's very appealing. It's not too challenging. It's dark, it's unisex, and I think if you love rose, you will enjoy this one. Guardacina from Suspiro, the third mention. Now I will mention a fragrance from the house of Sergioff, and it's from their Join the Club line, and the fragrance is More Than Words. My favorite from the line. This is a sweet dried fruit with a touch of rose and oud. Love this one. Very addictive, masculine, very strong, very powerful fragrance. This lasts a very long time. This is beast mode type of scent. Love this one. I also do really like Ivory Root as my second pick, but for now I'll mention More Than Words. Now I have here another sample. It's from the house of Guerlain, and the fragrance is from the L'Art et la Martyre, and of course Tonka Imperial. Love this tonka. It's my favorite tonka bean fragrance, and I just get tonka bean and woods in the base. Love this one, very edible. Borderline Gourmand, of course. Tonka Imperial by Guerlain. Now I will mention two fragrances from the same brand, and this brand it's not talked about all that much. It's Nobile 1942, and the fragrances are, I have here first is La Danza della Libellula, right here, and Sandalo Nobile. Of course, this one, it's easy. It's a sandalwood fragrance. It's a spicy and dry sandalwood. This one, La Danza della Libellula, this one is a fruity, sweet gourmand fragrance. It has bergamot and apple in the opening with vanilla, cinnamon, and cacao. Wow, this is very delicious. But again, although this is a gourmand, this is very versatile because it's not too sweet and it's not too loud. So it's just perfect. La Danza della Libellula, very alluring, very seductive. Check this one if you have yet to, especially if you have a sweet tooth. La Danza della Libellula. And the other one, if you love sandalwood fragrances, Nobile. Sandalo, yeah, Sandalo Nobile. So, the samples are already finished. Now let's start talking about the full bottles. First, I will mention a fragrance from the house of Mask Milano, and the fragrance is Tango. I already did a review of this fragrance, so check that review out if you have yet to. This one is a very spicy with cumin, very heavy on the cumin, with an amber. Love this one. I really love the brand of Mask Milano. I also really love the Russian tea and Latessa are two fantastic fragrances from this brand, and I have yet to rediscover because I tried all the line, but I just know that I really do love these three, but I need to rediscover the other from this line. Tango by Mask Milano, fantastic amber, and if you love amber, try this one. Now I will mention the fragrance from the house of Tom Ford. Well, I will mention the two of them because I have here two Tom Ford fragrances, and they are, one is Santal Blush and the other one is Plum Japonais. Santal Blush, also did a review of this one. Very creamy, alluring, spicy sandalwood. Love it, love it. This is the best sandalwood fragrance that I ever smelled so far. Santal Blush by Tom Ford. Now I have here Plum Japonais, which I have yet to review, but this is a sweet plum with incense and oud. Wow, this is so sexy, so sexy. Love this one. Very long lasting also, Plum Japonais by Tom Ford. Now I'll mention a fragrance from the house of Profumum Roma, and the fragrance is Dulcis in Fundo. Love this one. I featured this one on my best date fragrances. Check that video if you have yet to. Dulcis in Fundo is this bitter orange with vanilla. Oh, it has this kind of orange souffle type of quality. It's incredible, very delicious, very long lasting, very appealing. Love this one, Dulcis in Fundo by Profumum Roma. If you love gourmand, check this one out. Second, I will mention the fragrance from the house of Rosendo Matteo, and the fragrance is 5. Man, this is so good. Actually, the whole house of Rosendo Matteo, he just has 5 fragrances. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 literally, and you have here the 3 accords or the 3 notes, main notes of each fragrance. This one is floral, amber, and sensual musk. Love this one, very addictive, delicious also. It's borderline gourmand, but it's not. This one is a white floral with this sweet amber. It's very alluring, very sexy, unisex. If you love ambers, check this one out. It's quite unique. It's not your typical amber, that sweet vanilla, benzoin, warm, dark amber. No, this is a bit more subtle, but yet has incredible performance. 5 by Cosimo Matteo, fantastic fragrance, but the whole house, it's incredible. Now I will mention a fragrance from the house of Ramu Monegal, and the fragrance is Soul of Oud. I also featured this fragrance on my top 5 best oud fragrances. Of course, this one is my favorite, spoiler alert, Soul of Oud, but again, I could mention other fragrances from this brand. I have Next to Me, which is fantastic fragrance also, Ocean Oud, Flamenco, which I also reviewed. You have also Mon Patchouli, and it's a great patchouli fragrance if you want to start to discover patchouli as a note. But this one, it's so sexy. I love this one. This one, it has this real oud, this natural oud smell. It's sweet, it's chocolatey, it's to die for. Soul of Oud was a fantastic discovery. Love this one. Now I'll mention a fragrance from the house of Naomi Goodsir, and the fragrance is Or du Serré. Man, this is mango, it has honey, beeswax, and tobacco. I already did a review of this one also. Love this one. Wow, this is very powerful. This one, if you love honey tobacco combos, check this one out if you have yet to. But also check Naomi Goodsir as a brand, because they have very unique and very complex, deep fragrances like Huile Velour, it's another one, it's a leather fragrance. Nuit de Bakelite also, fantastic one. But for now I'll just mention Or du Serré, sweet honey tobacco fragrance, love it. Now I will mention a fragrance from the house of Rasasi, and the fragrance is Ashrar Al-Boruz, Indonesia. Very unique oud. This is more versatile actually than Soul of Oud, but I also do love this one. This one has bergamot, ginger, has a tea note here, and oud, a natural oud here. Love this one. If you love oud, check this one out. Of course, I blind bought this one. It's not that this one is very available, but if you have the chance to sample it. Rasasi Al-Boruz, Indonesia. Now I will mention a fragrance from the house of Andy Tower, and the fragrance is Fi un Rose de Kandahar. I already did a review of this one also. This one has a sweet apricot in the opening, has this very smooth and silky rose. Love this one. It has also tobacco leaves. Check this one out if you love rose fragrances. Fi un Rose de Kandahar by Andy Tower. Next, I will mention a fragrance from the house of Indult, and the fragrance is Tota, the best vanilla fragrance that I ever smelled, and I also did a review of this one, so check that review out if you have yet to. This one smells like a freshly baked vanilla cupcake. Love it. If you love vanillas, try this one. Last but certainly not least, it's from the house of Sergioff, from the Casa Morati line. The fragrance is 1888. I also did a review of this fragrance, so check that review out if you didn't. I also featured this one on my top 10 fall list. This one is such an unique, classic, gentleman fragrance, and masculine also. It's a spicy carnation amber with a sandalwood in the base. Wow, it's simply amazing. 1888, it's worth sampling. Try this one if you have yet to, and this fragrance finished this list. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below what was your best discovery of this year, and see you in the next video. Take care. Ciao.